Hello, I'm Judge Pezdark, Justice of the Peace. You will be appearing before Butte County Justice Court. Thank you for your patience. This video will explain your rights and your responsibilities. If you are a minor and a parent or guardian is present, the court will require the parent or the guardian to assist the minor through the proceedings. If you have been charged with a misdemeanor or felony offense, you will be appearing for an arraignment or an initial appearance respectively. You have been given a copy of the charging documents or warrant. As to the allegations, you have the right to remain silent and not make a statement. This matter is being recorded. Anything that you do or say may be offered as evidence against you in a further proceeding. If you are appearing on a misdemeanor offense, the court will advise you of the maximum and minimum penalties as well as the surcharges that can be imposed. The court will require you to enter a plea of guilty or not guilty, or, with the consent of the court and the prosecutor, a plea of no contest. If you wish to consult with an attorney or continue your arraignment, the court will continue the arraignment for 1 business day. If you refuse to enter a plea today, the court will enter a not guilty plea on your behalf and your case will be set for trial. On each misdemeanor offense, you are presumed innocent and you do have the right to plead not guilty and proceed to trial. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney and are eligible, you will be referred to the public defender. You will be required to fill out the additional or appropriate paperwork and return it to the court staff. You have the right to confront and cross-examine witnesses against you. You have the right, but not the obligation, to present a defense. You have the right to call witnesses on your behalf. You have the right to testify on your own behalf, but you can never be forced to testify against yourself. This is commonly known as the privilege against self-incrimination, or the Fifth Amendment. In the misdemeanor case, you have the right to a jury trial of 6 people who must all find you guilty or not guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. In a non-jury trial, the judge would determine the verdict on each charge. If found guilty at trial, you have the right to appeal to the district court any alleged error of law. If you plead not guilty, you will receive a scheduling order mandating your appearance in court for hearings and a trial. If you fail to attend any of these proceedings, a warrant for your arrest may be issued. Your driver's license may be suspended, and you could waive your right to a jury trial. If you plead guilty, you are waiving the right just mentioned and requesting that the Justice Court proceed to sentencing. If the incident involved a financial loss to another's property or personal injury, the sentence may include financial restitution, which will compensate the other party. This obligation may exist in all types of cases, including motor vehicle accidents that involve a traffic offense. The court will set sentencing for a future date to ensure a proper calculation of the loss due. If you had insurance or another party provides coverage for such loss, the court will credit the restitution award for any payments made on your behalf to address that financial loss. If you are not a legal citizen of the United States, if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest, your sentence may result in deportation or removal from the United States or denial of naturalization under federal law. If you enter a plea of guilty or no contest to a domestic violence charge, you may lose the right to own or possess a firearm or ammunition under federal law or any respective state law. If you enter a plea of guilty or no contest to a fish or game violation, you may forfeit your hunting, fishing, or trapping privileges for a time period as prescribed by law. You also may be responsible for financial restitution for the loss of wildlife in accordance with Montana law. A plea of guilty to certain misdemeanor offenses may result in your driver's license or privileges being suspended or revoked. Your driver's license or privileges also may be suspended if you fail to pay any imposed fine, surcharge, or financial restitution. You may be required to pay the fine, financial restitution, appear in court, complete a class, and/or pay a reinstatement fee before your driver's license or privilege is restored. A plea agreement between the prosecutor and you does not have the ability to bind the court to a specific sentence, and the court is free to impose a sentence upon the maximum and minimum penalties provided by law for the offense charged. If you appear on a felony charge, out-of-county warrant, or a fugitive matter from another state, this is an initial appearance. The court will advise you of the charge or your charges against you, set this matter for an appearance in the appropriate court, and determine bail or other conditions of release. If you are appearing on a felony charge, you are entitled to a preliminary examination with a reasonable time unless you waive the examination or a felony information is filed in district court. If you are appearing on a fugitive from justice complaint or warrant from another state, territory of the United States, or an Indian reservation located within the state boundaries of Montana, you will be advised of the rights and legal counsel, the right to challenge your incarceration by a writ of habeas corpus, the right to bail, and the right to require the demanding state to obtain and serve a governor's warrant to seek your return. You may voluntarily waive your rights, as just mentioned, regarding extradition by consenting in open court and signing a written waiver of extradition. Waiving extradition will result in detention until authorities from demanding state appear to transport you back to the demanding state. The court will ask you if you wish to waive or not waive extradition. If you are appearing on a petition to revoke a sentence or conditions of release, the court will advise you of your alleged violation and the possible penalties or sanctions. You will be asked to admit or deny the violation. If you voluntarily and knowingly admit the violation, the court will proceed to disposition and set the matter for a hearing in the near future. If you deny the allegations, you are entitled to a hearing. A petition to revoke a sentence requires the prosecution prove the allegations by preponderance of the evidence, or more likely than not, that you violated the terms of your sentence. If your probationary sentence is revoked, the court will impose a new sentence after arguments by both parties. If you deny the allegations and cannot afford an attorney, you will be referred to the public defender. When the judge enters the courtroom, you are to rise and remain standing until the judge asks you to be seated. To avoid disruptions, please either silence or turn off your cell phones. Please bring all personal property, bags, purses, etc. with you unless left with a trusted party in the gallery. Upon hearing your name and case, please come forward to the podium. If you did not understand your rights and responsibilities as explained in this recording, please let the judge know. If you require a reasonable accommodation or other assistance to ensure that you understand your rights or responsibilities, please let the judge know. Again, thank you for your patience, and it is our intent to address each matter in a timely, efficient, and fully informed manner.